Welcome to another episode of DueYourDD, the YouTube channel / podcast where we dive deep into everything that you need to know about companies. In this video, we will be covering Square Incorporated, or ticker symbol SQ, and diving deep into everything that you need to know on whether or not you want to invest. Throughout the video, we will talk about first an investment summary that you will need just to have some overview, including some trading information and some other things. Then we'll have just a quick general overview of Square Incorporated to give you a better idea of their business model and what they like to do in their company. Then we will start to get into some additional information, which is first our topic 1, financials, where obviously, self-explanatory, we'll talk about all of the money that's going into Square. Then we have Square and Bitcoin as our second topic and everything to do there. Then we will go slowly into Cash App, one of the major functions of Square Inc.'s business model and everything that's going to be going on there. And then we will go into our last topic, future of Squarespace, and tell you everything that you could be looking forward to. After all those topics are done, we will then get into a quick positives and a negatives section for everything to do with Square, including some short-term and some long-term stuff with them. And then finally a video wrap-up for Square, just to tie everything together and end out the video. So if you are excited about any of this, or you just find it some good information, you like watching it, hit that like button down below. You can check out any of our podcasts down in the link in the descriptions down below. Check it all out. And if you are new to the channel and you enjoy what we do here, hit that subscribe button. It's going to be a fun time. And don't forget to comment any other companies you guys want to see some due diligence on that we can do in future videos. So without further ado, here we are with our investment summary of Square Inc. Square, together with its subsidiaries, creates tools that enable sellers to accept card payments, also provide reporting and analytics, and next-day settlement. It provides hardware products including MagStripe Reader, which enables swipe transactions of magnetic stripe cards, contactless and chip reader that accept EuroPay, MasterCard, and Visa chip cards, and near-field communication payments. Square Stand, which enables an iPad to be used as a payment terminal or full point-of-sale solution. Square Register, that combines its hardware point-of-sale software and payments technology. Square Terminal, a payment device and receipt printer to replace traditional keypad terminals, which accepts tap, dip, and swipe payments. The company also offers various software products, including Square Point of Sale, Square Appointments, Square for Retail, Square for Restaurants, Square Online, and Square Online Checkout, Square Invoices, Square Virtual Terminal, Square Team Management, Square Contracts, Square Loyalty, Marketing and Gift Cards, and Square Dashboard. You can kind of sense a theme with their naming system. In addition, it offers developable platform, which includes application programming interfaces and software development kits. Further, the company provides Cash App, which enables people to send, spend, and store money, and Weebly, that offers customer website hosting and domain name registration solutions. Square Incorporated was founded in 2009 and is headquartered in San Francisco, California. For the trading information that we're going to get in right in the end of our investment summary, at the time of our research, which was right at the beginning of August, probably like August 1st, July 31st, something like that, Square is trading at $247 per share. They have a market cap of about $112.59 billion and a price to earnings of 245.82. They trade with an average volume of 8.6, creating a beta of 2.41. And we've covered it a few times before, but beta is how much it is traded compared to the average of the stock market. So a beta of 1 is perfectly average, and a beta of 2.41 is quite above average. Square is expected to announce the Q2 2021 earnings on August 5th of 2021, about 2 days after the recording of this video, and maybe by the time you're watching it, it's out now. Now we have our general overview of Square. We will start off with a direct quote from the company about Square. Quote, "Square was established to give every business owner an easier way to take credit cards. We've grown our commitment since, offering a complete suite of business tools and equitable loans that give every eligible business with a dream access to funding." End quote. Square's product lines includes Cash App, which allows users to spend and receive money for free through a mobile application, and Square Point of Sale, a free application that lets merchants process payments via smartphone. Starting in 2017, the company's Cash App began allowing merchants to use Bitcoin in the technology. Square received 7 rounds of private funding before going public in November of 2015. Major investors including Sequoia Capital, and Khosla Partners on November 19, 2015. Shares began trading on the New York Stock Exchange for $9 per share, with a company valuation of around $3 billion. By April 15, 2021, Square traded at $265 a share. Square charges merchants 2.6% of the sales, plus 10 cents of any transaction they process via swipe, insert, or tap, and it charges 3.5% plus 15 cents for every manually keyed in transaction. Square POS lets customers pay, tip, and sign on a merchant's mobile phone or tablet, and lets merchants process payments made with credit cards, gift cards, and cash. Business owners can also use the app to send and track invoices, customize products, email receipts, apply discounts, administer refunds, access real-time sales data, and track inventory in real time. Square Stand, one of the company's few physical products, lets users turn an iPad into a complete point-of-sale tool. The company has also expanded into financing small businesses, with products like Square Capital, which provides cash advances to merchants without locking them into payback schedules. The firm now provides company payroll services to businesses in all 50 states with Square Payroll. Now we can get into our first topic in the additional information, the financials of Square. Since 2018, Square has been able to triple their revenue. In 2018, the revenue was about $3.3 billion, and for the fiscal year of 2020, revenue grew to $9.5 billion. 2019 was the first year that Square had a positive net income of $380 million, creating an earnings per share of 81 cents. And in 2020, Square was able to turn a profit. However, it did not grow from 2019. In 2020, Square's net income was $210 million, just slightly more than half of the income Square produced in the year prior. And they finished the 2020 fiscal year with an earnings per share of 44 cents. Square continues their innovation and development and continues to use revenue to grow the company. They currently have $200 million in free cash flow compared to their debt of $4.2 billion. It should also be noted that Square's investments have not performed well either over the last 5 years. Square's return on assets over the last 5 years is negative 3.93%, and their return on investment capital is negative 23.44%. Now we'll get into a little bit of Square and their relationship with Bitcoin. Square's CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey has been a Bitcoin bull for some time. Most recently, he sat in on a Bitcoin conference with Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX and Cathie Wood, CEO/CIO for ARK Invest. Square itself bought $50 million worth of Bitcoin in October of 2020 using existing cash on its balance sheet. In February 2021, the Jack Dorsey-led company announced it bought an additional $170 million worth of Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin purchases amount to about 5% of the company's cash holdings. It has been reported that Square owns a total of 8,027 Bitcoin. At the time of research, in the first few days of August 2021, these 8,027 BTC are worth $321,861,027.10. It needs to be noted that Square has reported their BTC holdings as unrealized gains on investments. There is no way to tell how the investment is affecting their financials other than basing it off of the price of Bitcoin when they bought it. In a tweet on July 15th, Square chief executive Jack Dorsey said the company will create a new business line to help developers build financial services products focused on Bitcoin. Square is building an open developer platform with the sole goal of making it easy to create non-custodial, permissionless, and decentralized financial services, Dorsey tweeted. It has also been reported that Jack Dorsey has said that Square is interested in developing a Bitcoin hardware wallet. Starting in 2017, the company's Cash App began allowing merchants to use Bitcoin in the technology. Cash App users were able to buy, hold, and sell Bitcoin. Square's adjusted revenue from Bitcoin are sales to app users minus the cost of purchasing the digital currency. But Square's Bitcoin business has gross profit margins of around 2% only. Now our third topic is Cash App. Square launched its Cash App service in 2013 to compete with services like Venmo, which is owned by PayPal, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. Peer-to-peer service payment services allow customers to use their smartphones to pay for goods and services, pay bills, and transfer money to friends and family. Cash App has expanded its functionality beyond just peer-to-peer payment service. Users can also receive direct deposit payments and ACH payments, as well as purchase Bitcoin cryptocurrency through the platform. Most recently, Cash App introduced a new feature called Investing. This product allows users to trade stocks commission-free within the application. 2018 was the year when Cash App surpassed Venmo in total downloads with 33.5 million cumulative downloads. In December 2019, Cash App had 24 million active users, growing 60% year over year. Cash App is free to download, and its core functions, making peer-to-peer payments and transferring funds to a bank account, are also free. Cash App makes money by charging businesses to use their application and by charging individual users transaction fees to access additional services. Cash App charges businesses that accept Cash App payments 2.75% per transaction. These payments can be made in one of two ways. An individual makes an application peer-to-peer payment to a business, or an individual uses the Cash Card, a Visa prepaid card that users can order and is linked to their in-application balance, to pay a business. For a 1.5% fee, individual users can expedite transfers from their Cash App account to a bank account. Users have the option of transferring their funds into a bank account immediately rather than waiting for the standard deposit time, which is 2 or 3 days. Individuals can use the platform to make personal payments using a credit card instead of their Cash App balance for a 3% transaction fee. At the end of 2017, Cash App started allowing users to use their balances to buy and sell Bitcoin, which, while there was no fee for this when the service was first introduced, in late 2019, Cash App began charging users fees of as much as 1.76% on Bitcoin purchases. This is one of Cash App's most profitable services. In addition to the service fee, there's generally a 1 to 4% difference in what Bitcoin exchanges and individuals pay for Bitcoin. Cash App factors these differences into the prices it offers its users, thereby generating additional revenue on the exchanges it facilitates. And our last topic, topic 4, is the future of Squarespace. In an era where smartphones are ambiguous and consumers are willing to pay for convenience, people are increasingly relying on digital wallets. Payment-to-payment applications are on the rise, but the competition is intense. Cash App has to compete with PayPal, with its huge market capitalization of $114.8 billion as of March 17th of 2020. Cash App also has smaller competitors, including Apple Pay and Google Pay, with come pre-installed on iPhones and Android phones. In order for Cash App to stand out, it needs to continue to roll out exciting new features that attract new users. On March 18th of 2020, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, granted Square conditional approval to open a bank. The bank, which is named Square Financial Services, will open in 2021. It will offer small business loans and deposit products. The bank will be headquartered in Salt Lake City, Utah. While Square's business solutions products are available internationally in countries such as Canada, Japan, and Australia, the company has not announced when consumers in those countries might gain access to Cash App as well. It's clear from the latest estimates that Square's rate of growth is expected to accelerate meaningfully, with the forecasted 79% annualized revenue growth to the end of 2021 noticeably faster than its historical growth of 42% per year over the previous 5 years. Square has been involved with the development of Weebly, a website builder with blended payment processing functionality backed by Square. This aims to give small businesses and entrepreneurs a better option to develop their own e-commerce store or platform. The concept looks great. As businesses use Square to create their own site, the payment processing will be headed by the company. Square is currently in the high growth phase of business. The company is still integrating its business model and will have the opportunity to test out massive market adaptation of their current and new services sometime in the future. And that wraps up our 4 topics that we have and slowly brings us in to our positives and our negative section. First, starting off with the positives because we like to be positive out here. Who knows? Over the last 5 years, Square has fully outperformed the companies in its sector and the companies on the New York Stock Exchange. Over the last 5 years, Square has returned 89.68% compared to its sector's competitors of only 34.26%, and the New York Stock Exchange Index has only returned 17.45%. Since the company's IPO, Square has returned over 1,800%. Even though the company has poor profit numbers, they have been able to achieve analyst goals for their earnings numbers for the last 4 quarters dating back to quarter 2 of 2020. For their upcoming earnings date on August 5th, analysts are projecting earnings per share of 31 cents. Square has been able to hit this 31 cents earnings per share target in the last 3 quarters, where analysts had much lower estimates. Square's seller ecosystem is another key driver of the company's long-term growth. it has successfully helped individuals start, run, and grow their business. The company launched an awareness campaign in the US to support its seller ecosystem, which helped customers acquisition and lead generation, not to mention a 30% increase in web traffic year over year. In the short term, as a publicly traded company, Square has proven its well-positioned growth thanks to a rapidly expanding accessible market and diverse product portfolio. International sales are still a small sliver of the total revenue, which provides Square with another available growth opportunity, especially in emerging economies where credit is scarce and expensive. And now for our negatives. Although there is a lot of room to grow in the consumer financials app space, Square is up against companies that have massive financial backings and have been around for years. Square's main competitor would be PayPal Holdings, PYPL. Although recently Google, GOOG, and Apple, AAPL, which we have a video on, have expanded into the space by launching Google Pay and Apple Pay. This could cause major issues for Square because these platforms come free and pre-downloaded on Apple and Google-powered devices. Square's earnings have been slightly affected by the pandemic. As they market their products to small businesses, many of them have been affected by different lockdowns around the world. Although the economy has been beginning to reopen, there is still a lot of concern for future lockdowns as COVID-19 cases are still on the rise again and are hitting new daily records. And that wraps it up for Square. Again, this is more of a growth company as they have shown over the last 5 years. Very, very high increases from their $9 a share to their current $260 a share. So that's kind of what you're looking at Square for if you are trying to buy it. You're looking for a company that's really going to, grow future in the further, not one of those stable companies. It's a bit of a riskier play. You really have to know what you're doing. And at the current price, that's for you to decide on whether or not you're willing to pay for it. But if you are looking for a growth company, it doesn't seem as too bad of an option. They have some pretty solid plans for the future. They are getting in Bitcoin and trying their best to stay innovative and accessible for many people, which is a great thing for them. So this has been another episode of Do Your DD. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button down below. You can check it out on all the podcast sites. Again, link in the description down below. Our Patreon is down there as well if you for some reason want to see our full breakdown of our papers and have it physically right there in front of you. It is there for one of the tiers. And make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Again, if you want to see any future companies' research in depth that you are curious on what we personally think about them, you can leave them down in the comment section below and we'll be sure to get them in a future video. And don't forget to do your DD.